Yo, what's going on, Geek Corner? This is your boy, Earth Smack, the mad scientist.
I'm Boogie. Welcome.
You throw me off. You throw me off.
Say what?
You threw me off.
Welcome to another week of Nerd Talk Live. Well, Nerd Talk. It's Nerd Talk. We nerd talking.
We all nerd talking, man.
Just yesterday for today.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Shout out to Vivo the Vibe in her absence, man. The past 2 weeks for her been hella busy. But she will be back next week. Just let you know. She will be back next week. And Boogie Blends, man, how are you today, my boy?
I'm good, bro. Just hit another milestone last week with a birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 37 now. Went to Greenville.
I'm going this Sunday.
Oh,
I'm going Sunday.
Great. We had a great time. Oh yeah, you went out there on Sunday?
Yeah, there's a South Carolina Comic-Con, and Sting is doing his last tour with his face paint, like autograph tour. And I'm lying. I seen him in person for Starrcade, and I've seen him in person at AEW, like the wrestling show. But like one-on-one, like conversation, no, we never did that. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about Sunday.
Because I know he goes to a lot of those. A lot. And I know that you go to a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? And especially given your hobbies and your interests, WWE being one of those things, I figured because that's something you both do so frequently, eventually you would have crossed paths at some moment. Just hasn't presented itself yet, huh?
Haven't presented itself. Either I was there and he had another engagement, or he was at an event that I couldn't make it to. And like, he is my number one favorite wrestler. Like,
what?
Yes, he is my number one favorite wrestler of all time. And has the one person I do not have an autograph from is him, or a conversation. Like, it will be such a dream to have him on my show for an interview, just to talk shop, like his beginnings, like matches that we haven't seen before, some, all kinds of things. But we'll see what happens, man. But on Sunday for sure, I'm going South Carolina Comic-Con, and I don't give a damn how much the goddamn autograph signing is or the pictures. I'm paying the $5. I'm paying the $5.
You're gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there. I'm paying the $5. You know what I mean? So, but check it though, man. We got one thing to talk about today, and it is the talk of the town today because Nintendo Direct had their show today, and they revealed the Switch 2 and all of its specs. And Boogie, how do you feel about this Switch 2, my boy?
I'm gonna need that.
You gonna need that?
I'm gonna need that.
Yeah,
I needs that.
Yeah, we gonna
Do you agree?
Yeah.
I needs that. I gotta have it. Now, I will say, surprisingly so, I'm actually more excited about the Switch 2 than I had been for any of the other consoles, handheld consoles that's came out, to include the ROG Ally, to include the Steam Deck, to include all of those. Now, I'm not to say these are different consoles. Their capabilities are completely different. I understand that. You know what I mean? But just the hype around Nintendo finally introducing some basic shit everybody else has been doing for a hot minute.
Yeah,
kind of does change the game for them a little bit, and it shows like where they really could be if they focused on those nice to haves, those quality of life changes, versus having that super exclusive library that they have, and super exclusive other services that they give. But I'll tell you one thing, bro. They taxing.
Hey,
They taxing, bro. Hey, if for nothing else, shit, you gonna pay for what you get.
Yeah, you definitely getting that, man. And what he's talking about with this taxing, because I don't think they actually announced the price on the Nintendo Direct, but we got it right here though. It says after today's Switch 2 Nintendo Direct, Nintendo confirmed that Nintendo Switch 2 price is $449.99. That's by itself. Now, it says it will be available on June the 5th, so that's only basically a few months away. And pre-orders is revealed today ahead of pre-orders going live on April the 9th. So that's just in a few days you can do your pre-order. Now, there's another price tag. Now, the other price tag, though, is the Switch 2 Plus Mario Kart World bundle, which is $499. So just basically $500.
Price of the game.
Yeah. So to keep it a bean, though, that is a good deal because you're taking $30 off of the game anyway. If you was to buy the Switch 2 naked and then just say, hey, I'm gonna just get the Mario Kart bundle, it's gonna run you by $80.
Okay, yeah, then that's a good deal.
Yeah, but damn though, the games are $80.
That's
Mario
crazy,
Kart now,
bro. And yeah, right. That's Mario Kart now, and we ain't even talking about the other quality of life changes, which I'm sure that we're gonna get to at some point. That cost money. Yeah. To use them, that should add up, bro. That should add up. And that's the only thing about Nintendo. Nintendo, they don't have no problem looking at you in your face and being like, give me money, bro. I need money.
And listen, if you ain't got it, teach your man how to squabble.
Yeah. Yo, facts. Yo, facts.
Hey,
you right about that.
They running that, man. They running that.
Yeah.
That's just Mario Kart though, man. Like the other games are going to be around the $80 price range. And there ain't this. They like the cards. Like you just, stick in your Switch or whatever. I'm like, you think that's a fair price for the game though? Like the separate games outside of Mario Kart?
Not really, bro, to be honest. I mean, like I do know that they said that these new cartridges are, these are the red cartridges now, and that they they read and write much faster, or they read much faster, not so much write, but and it's just quicker load times and everything. So but I think that I don't think you need to be paying for that per game. You know what I mean? Like you're paying for that when you buy the console. That's kind of trash, bro. Charging $80 for a game is really charging more than 50 to 60 for a game is bananas.
Yeah.
We got Helldivers dropping for $40. Helldivers 2 dropping for $40.
Yeah. And it's still kicking.
What the fuck?
Still.
What is this? What you talking about? Mario? What you talking about, bro? What?
Yeah.
You talking about Link and them?
Link. Them boys. Those boys.
Man. Zelda? Metroid? I bet you when Metroid come out, the next Metroid, $80 to be a standard. Nah, but that's not the standard, right? 70 is going to be the
70 is really the standard right now. Like far as games is concerned. You know what I mean? It's for like PS5. I mean like PS5, Xbox. So,
I don't own a PS5. They taxing $70 for games on PS5.
Yeah. Brand new AAA joints.
Stupid.
70. And if you're getting like plus DLCs and all that stuff, 80, 90, 100, 120. Like
that makes sense though. You're paying DLCs and then you get season passes and shit like that. Cool, but bro, to get a base title for $70 is I mean, bro, that shit is highway robbery, bro. I'm not paying that.
That
That's
shit
why I'm
better be
glad I
worth
got
it.
Steam.
Shit
That's
better
why
be
I'm
worth
glad
it.
I got Steam.
Like I told my fiance, I was like, yo, man, like this Switch 2 is bananas, man. And reason, one of the reasons why it's bananas is because of one thing is this, like that camera situation and the C button situation. Like they added game chat to Mario Kart, bro. Like I literally just thought about this thing like a few days ago. Like, bro, what if they had chat on Mario Kart, bro? Like,
They should
like,
have, first of all, we can't give, first, okay, let's give Nintendo some credit.
okay, all right,
They put the game chat in there.
okay.
We cannot give them too much credit because motherfuckers been doing this shit since 2006.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like to just now had this is kind of blasphemous. You know what I'm saying? Like, but whatever, we got it, right?
Yeah.
But you only get to use this for free for a year.
Yeah, but
After that, they're charging you to use this feature.
Oh no, the chat. I mean, well, yeah, because they wanted to like have you experience it, but it's just like freaking. Well, I don't know. PS5 does this because I know I have PS Plus, and I'm in the chat. You know what I'm saying? But I know with with my kid, he was like, "Hey man, can I get a subscription? I can't do game chat or whatever." So I can see where you pay for the game chat part, but it's free for like a year for everybody. But after you done, play with it for a year, it was like, all right, I'm gonna do the subscription because I have a Nintendo account, for my Switch. I have the subscription deal, the online subscription deal, because I just bought Xenoblade
So you can't
Chronicles X.
you can't be in a PS party and chat without PS Plus. You can't chat with your friends in a party without PS Plus.
Like game chat, I don't know about I don't think the game chat. It's something weird, but I never had no experience not being in the chat because I always had my subscription, so I never had that problem. So
yeah, me too. But I guess. But I thought that. I mean,
but I think you can't access certain features, like unless you have the subscription or something like that. I think it's certain things you can't not do outside of the normal things that you could do. But I know with Switch, I mean, I get why they're doing that, but I think the unique thing they're doing is, which I wouldn't really call it unique, because I feel like Xbox 360 had the Connect, they had the camera situation, but you can connect your own camera too, from what I understood. Like you don't have to use the Switch camera, even though that particular camera, like with multiple people in the room, if there's 4 people in the room, it can actually do all 4 of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like how we talking right now, man, I'm all right. We can play some Mario Kart. We can play some Mario Party or whatever.
And it's nice how they fit your face on the screen too. They kind of like use the AI to kind of minimize it, put it in the corner, in the bottom corner, so you can kind of see the gameplay and everything.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So it is cool how it's all set up. I do like the game chat. And I like that it's free for a year, but damn. How you gonna be like, yeah, you can't. You gotta pay to use the game chat, a feature that's been out since, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. You could just get in a Discord for all of that.
Which I feel like what people are gonna end up doing. Like, I don't figure out a way. But then again, Nintendo is tight. You know what I'm saying? Like they are tight. They'll put their hammer down. Like, oh, you think you about to be slick using this game chat? All right. No, you're not.
Well, I mean, but people stream on their Discord, on their Switch all the time. What's the difference?
Yeah, true.
There's no difference. That technology already exists. I mean, if I was, which I am, but if I'm that consumer, we're just gonna jump. I mean, for the first year, we'll probably use a game chat just because like it's all integrated. You know what I'm saying? And maybe through time they'll add something to where like, okay, that shit is worth it. You know? But I wouldn't pay the money just to use that feature to like as it is right now, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like really, really cool because when I see something like that, my first thought was like times of COVID, right? Because everybody bought a Switch and people had Animal Crossing and all kinds of things. And, just sitting there looking at each other, communicating with each other, like playing Mario Kart. I mean, a Mario Kart got 24 players on the map. 24 on the map. So, like, think about it. So if you got, like your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, like you just teach them how to play the Switch or whatever. And like that's just another way to like, family bonds and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So just like the iPad and stuff like that, the way they marketed it is pretty genius because it's like, hey, you missed that couch time. Well, here's this couch time. And this person can be right there with you, even though they're not physically with you, and XYZ. I think it's the way they marketed it, even though it's a concept that we have seen before. A, the camera, B, the chat. It takes it a step further.
And not only have we seen it before, but we've seen it better.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I am glad that they're adding the feature. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that they're adding it. I'm glad that that's another tool that they're using for people to, really experience the Switch, because it's definitely something that's been needed for a minute. So I don't want to take too much away from them, but at the same time, it's like you should, you should have been did this. You know what I mean? You should have been did that, and charging people for that is weird to me. But hey,
and
whatever,
also,
man. If
you could do it,
works,
you could do it like this too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You could also do it like this. So it's like you're not like at your TV. You know what I mean? You could just handheld and go on the chat. You could do that all day. Like connect to somebody's Wi-Fi and boom, just so like you said like earlier, like quality of life. You can't do that with your PS5. You can't do that with your Xbox. Hell, you can't do that with your Steam Deck. I don't think. You do like voice chat on your Steam Deck?
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Oh, I mean, I never seen anybody do it. You know what I mean? Like actively. And now we need to talk about some specs here, man. Like, so we do have some specs here. And this according to Nintendo.com. So this is from the horse's mouth right now. The screen is wider. We talking like 4.5 inches tall, 10.7 inches wide, 0.55 inches thick, Joy-Con 2, which is like magnetic.
Yes.
Joy-Con.
But there is a lock feature. Remember we were talking about that before? There is a lock feature. So on the back, there's like a little trigger you can squeeze and it'll release the triggers also. They also did say that if you hold the profile of it, I don't know if you can go back to the cameras real quick.
Yeah.
But they say that the profile right here is about the same exact profile as it was for the original Switch.
Ah, okay. And then it also says that the screen is also touchscreen, HDR10 support, and it got a custom processor made by NVIDIA, and the storage is 256 gigs of storage, which is, I think if I'm looking at it, I don't know how much my Switch is. I'm not sure how much my Switch is.
I think mine is like 32.
Yeah, that's it. I think mine's at 32. And also going back to it, it says that the Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth, HDMI connector, TV mode. Now it can support 120 frames per second when 1920 times 1080, and 2560 1440 resolution are selected. Now, if it's undocked, I think is the highest it can go is like maybe 60, and then 1080p. So speakers are stereo, they optimize the sound. They got 2 USB-C ports from the top and the bottom. And now it's compatible with micro SD express cards up to 2 terabytes. Now, the battery life is the main thing I was asking about. It's approximately 2 to 6.5 hours, and it depends on the games you play. And 3 hours of charging time. How you feel about that?
If it's in sleep mode, it's 3 hours. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's better. It's an improvement all the way around the board. I ain't mad at that, bro. As long as you're improving. 120. Remember, if you're trying to get 120 FPS, and you know, at was it? And it wasn't in 4K, but it's in in 20 and 21 by 38, 21 by 19. I'm at.
Yeah, it says hold on, I'm gonna look real quick. Let's see here. It says supports 120 and 1920 by 1080, 2560 by 1440 resolutions are selected.
In TV mode. Yeah, I mean, 60 FPS at 4K is impressive. Point blank. Period. That's I mean, 60 FPS and 4K is really good. That's really good. Supports 120 frames with that. I mean, that's really good too. If you had the first Switch, the OG Switch, you know that's you know it didn't look great. Didn't look great. You know what I'm saying? You were getting it for the convenience for having a Switch. You had a brand new console, but it was not the cleanest looking display that you'd ever seen before in your life. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the OLED model, the
Uh-huh.
OLED model that came out, and it looked really good. And now getting to step up from that OLED model, I think is going to be great. I think it's going to look really good. And people sleep on the difference between 60 FPS and 120 FPS. I mean, it is a night and day difference.
Uh-huh.
Night
Uh-huh.
and day difference. It's crazy.
It's the fact that like when we talk about like games that is getting put on here, um, like one of the games obviously is Mario Kart. You know,
Oh,
Mario Kart is
you mean Need for Speed Underground too?
yeah,
Pretty
that
much just just Mario Kart.
bro, that's exactly what this is, man. Need for Speed Underground. This is exactly what this is. Open world, everything, man. Like this one and Donkey Kong Bonanza, like that was like the very last game that they put up here. But honestly, though, like the games that they're adding to this, like Final Fantasy 7 remake Intergrade and Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition, which basically got everything all at once. Like it, so I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, damn. I'm like, okay, is this how y'all coming out the gate? Elden Ring,
Yeah,
Tarnished Edition,
those
like,
are those are. I'm not gonna lie, those are some crazy titles for when you're talking about a Switch.
mm-hmm.
When you talk about a Nintendo console, those are pretty crazy titles. Not that they don't put out crazy titles, but they're not known for that type of. You know what I mean?
They
That's
heard the
nice.
criticisms. They heard the criticisms. Like I think it started when Mortal Kombat ended up on the Switch and that shit look trash as all get out. They're like, what was
Yeah.
y'all thinking? And then Metroid Prime, like the Metroid Prime sequel, and you got the
Yep.
upgrade edition, right? So you got the upgrade
Yep.
edition for that Mario Party, and so on and so forth. So I'm curious though, Boogie, on what games would not be compatible with the Switch 2, like from the Switch. Like, would your prior Switch be completely obsolete? Because I told my fiance it is not obsolete to me, because I know for a fact some of the games that I do have on the Switch will not transition over to the Switch 2. I know that.
It said that it would.
Yeah, but it didn't say all of them though. It just say most of them.
Did it?
Yeah, it didn't say all of them. It's not 100% all of them. And I love my Switch, man. I really do love my Switch. Like,
I just don't know, like what, like you know what I mean. I just don't know what they wouldn't have.
I know that Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, that's going to get upgraded. That's going to move up to like 60 to maybe 60 to 120 frames per second with the upgrade and all that. I know that for a fact. Cilantro, I feel like that's gonna move over. Marvel vs. Capcom. Now, Street Fighter 6 caught my attention. I like, dang, I could play this. I could play this like while I'm, hanging out. You know what I'm saying? So, so my girl was like, "You ain't playing that. You ain't playing the Switch. See if you get that Switch too, man." And I'm sitting there looking at it. I was like, "Nah, I am gonna play my Switch. I am gonna do that."
Right.
So,
I mean, I thought it was saying that everything was backwards compatible, that you were going to be able to do it. Either way.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the most part, or I didn't hear the most part. But I'm sitting here thinking, like,
I am curious to know as far as like what would not be compatible. But I know the Dragon Quest games that's out right now, that's gonna move over. I know.
Yeah, for real. I feel like all of those, like the show, fucking Smash, all the Zelda games. I'm pretty sure all the Mario games, anything worth being backwards compatible, I think is going to be backwards compatible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what really, really got me was that Nintendo 64 emulator.
Oh, you mean GameCube?
Oh yeah, the GameCube emulator.
That what got you, didn't it? That what sold you?
That got me.
I never had a GameCube, man. I was like, man, I ain't want this shit. This is little ass disc. I don't want that.
Yeah.
But that 007, thing, bro. But that 007 though, that teaser trailer that they put out, I was like, oh, because I thought it was GoldenEye, like a GoldenEye remake or something like that. I'm like, oh, this thing about to sell like hotcakes, boy. It's like hotcakes.
Why you say it like that, bro? You say hot cakes.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it though. Think about it. Like, what's one of the games that we always talk about that is from our childhood? GoldenEye. That's one of them.
That's a fact. 007 GoldenEye. That's a fact.
Yeah. And honestly, I think this is like the first console that drops that don't have Super Mario as its flagship, game. They have Mario Kart, but not a Super Mario game.
Yeah. And you would think that if they were, like, they would have announced it today. Who knows though? They might still. And either way, bro, like if they came out with like another Super Mario Odyssey, it's almost like it's almost like they're launching twice.
Yeah, bro.
Shit,
man. First of all, this first wave, people paying the $5. I'm like, first of all, yes, this shit is expensive, right?
It is.
People are gonna pay the $5. Come Christmas, that bitch is sold out. I guarantee it, man, because they're not gonna do it like the Wii U too.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think they're gonna do it like the Wii U, because I think the Wii U had an interesting concept, sure, but I mean, it didn't do well, right? But
I think it did not do well.
Nah, I mean, they had some games on there, but
the fact that it did horribly, in fact.
Yeah. But I think the Switch 2, it might have something out. But you are correct though, when it comes to the camera. Like, okay, is the voice chat really worth it? Is the camera talking to people is really worth it? But that Mario Kart World though, that bitch ain't on Switch. Like, right. I mean, to be honest with you, the Mario Kart that we playing right now on the Switch is from Wii U.
To be fair.
Yeah, to keep it a beam.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Like,
you're right.
We literally did not have a new Mario Kart game since then. So this is the latest installment of a Mario Kart game, and it's going to be on Switch 2 exclusively, and not on the Switch. So if you're looking for that to be on the original Switch, you're going to have to buy the whole system.
You out of luck, Bo.
Yeah, you're going to have to pay the $5.
Come out of pocket.
Yikes!
Yikes! Indeed, yikes! Indeed,
yikes! Indeed, man. But I don't know. But are you saying it's a day one cop for you?
Yes. Yeah, you said the pre-order start April, right? This month?
Yeah, April
on the 9th?
Yep, April the 9th. Starts on April the 9th. And
are you gonna pre-order the $500 bundle?
Of course. I'm gonna do that one. Cause I ain't paying $80 to get Mario Kart, a standalone game. Like, just give me $30 off that. Give me the bundle. You know what I'm saying? Either I pre-order it or I will get it on like Christmas. But Christmas is gonna be a war zone. Like, it's gonna be a war zone, man. Do not go out there.
It is.
Do not go out there. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200 because people are gonna be taking pistols, boy. I'm not encouraging it. I'm not encouraging it. You better shop online.
The crazy thing is you're not. That's not even a joke.
Nah.
That's a crazy
people
time
crazy.
To be alive, bro.
People crazy, man, these days, man. Like, you remember when the Wii came out, that wave, like, there was lines.
Yeah.
Lines.
Yes, bro.
For the Wii, man.
Nintendo has a thing of doing that, and so does. I mean, it was just a different time to be alive in general back in the day.
Yeah.
You want to talk about lines? If you wasn't there when Halo 2 came out,
oh, the midnight drops,
then you don't know nothing about no lines now.
You don't know ball, man. You don't know ball.
No, you
don't know ball, man. You don't know ball.
You don't know it, ball.
Back then was fun times, man. Everybody was chill. Everybody was excited. Once midnight hit, yo, I'm gonna get my copy. You want to link up?
Yeah.
You want to link up? You want to link up? You want to link up? You want to link up?
Yeah.
These days, people kind of woo-woo. People crazy out here, man.
They'll go over there and buy 80 copies of the game and then go on eBay and be like, shh, you want that Modern Warfare, bro? You got to go through me type shit.
Easily. Oh, by the way, it's $150 for this game too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but shit was $70.
$80?
Yeah.
Yesterday's price ain't today's price.
It ain't. You should have pre-ordered it, my boy.
Yeah.
You pay these taxes. You got this.
That was yesterday's price. I'm giving you today's price.
Yeah. You got this tax notice, man. You got this. Tax notice.
Oh yeah. You got that FU tax.
Easily.
I got to throw that on there.
Man, boy. But I like I said, I'm thoroughly excited about the Switch 2, man. Like, this is a vast improvement. I think they listen to their fan base or hear the jokes about the graphical power of it and how much it can improve. And honestly, it did improve greatly when it came to graphical power. Like, does it compare to PS5, Xbox, PC? Nah, but it's definitely a vast improvement though. And I think also, honestly, because my battery life for my original Switch is crazy. It's crazy. And I know the battery life on the Switch 2 is going to be less. Hence the reason why I'm going to keep my dang Switch in the first place. You know, my original. So, the conversation I had with my fiance was like, well, that's going to be a wasted price. I was like, not for us. Because she bought the kid like a Switch and, you know, he a PS5 player. So he's, you know, whatever. I said, bro, you don't know what you're missing, bro. There's so many damn games on it. You don't know. You don't know ball.
Nah, don't.
Man, don't know ball.
Oh, no, dog. We really don't. But it's crazy, man, because now, I don't know. I just feel like gaming is different in general now. And I cannot wait for that moment.
Yeah.
Where Nintendo is putting out consoles with the graphic capability of the rest of these next gen consoles that are dropping.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. It's not impossible, but like, honestly, what's stopping them? What's stopping them from doing that? I mean, you appeal maybe it's because of the return that they get. They're not putting out so much money on research and development because they're using older technology to create it. So I guess with that money that they're not spending on R&D, that that they're seeing more profit to turn it and put it into other venues of to stream income or something like that.
I really think that they staying true to the game. And I think they're staying true to the game as far as gamers for gamers' sake type of situation. I mean, how many times that we've seen like this is the most powerful console, but it still bit them in the ass at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, hell, look at Xbox. Like Xbox, not original Xbox. Original Xbox was very successful. 360, I think, was more successful than that. But, the Xbox One, Xbox Series, I think the Xbox Series S is the most powerful console out of the two. PS5 but still yet though, sales was kind of So I think they figured out a formula where, they just stayed true to form. Like, these are the games to sit back and enjoy. These are the gems. You got to come see us if you want our games, that kind of situation. We ain't really hurting for Spider-Man or God of War or any of that stuff. We ain't hurting for that because we know Zelda going to outsell them damn near together. So we know that, and you ain't gonna get Zelda from us. We ain't doing that. So So I think Nintendo just like, man, until this formula fails, we ain't even gonna reinvent the wheel. We're gonna make things graphically better a little bit, to the point that it shows improvement. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we ain't breaking the bank.
Not too much though.
Nah, because we got Pokemon. We got we got Mario, Donkey Kong, Zelda, bitch.
Metroid.
Eat
my ass.
Easily. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm like, so I think that's where it's at though. Like it's true to form. That's all it is.
It's true to form. But the day that they do decide to get froggy and say, you know what? They've been disrespecting us for years, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Let's show them what we do here at Nintendo. Let's show them what we've been doing under, behind the scenes for the last 25 years. This is a movie. I'm pretty much making up some bullshit as I go right now. But I'm saying in the event that they do some shit like that, bro, I think it's really going to turn everything upside down, bro.
I think so.
Nintendo is tried and true. It's tried and true. They have a formula that works.
Yeah.
That works. And they don't even have to put out nothing groundbreaking to do it.
Nope.
So in the event that they do put out something groundbreaking, I think it could kill like a Sony, as it pertains to video games anyway. Maybe not so much as a company, but in terms of video games,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I dare say it, man. I ain't overhyping Switch 2, but it has potential to be the number one selling console past PS5 and Xbox. It has potential to be that.
Yeah.
It's basically what you said, quality of life.
Yeah. The original Switch outsold both of those.
Yeah.
The original Switch is that's the highest selling console of all time, ain't it?
PS2 is still.
Still PS2?
Mm-hmm. Still PlayStation 2. Matter of fact, EA Sports, FC, Sports Madden, NFL, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Intergrade, Yuma Fall Flat, NBA 2K5, Project 007, WWE 2K, all of that TBA coming to Switch 2.
Impressive.
So again, doing this, like playing NBA 2K, Madden, boom, boom, boom. Now DJ might want it then, but we still gonna say no. Nah, that's for us. That's for mommy and daddy, my boy.
Right.
You ain't getting that. Right. You ain't getting that. You play your PS5 over there. You handle that over there.
Yeah, you had your chance.
Yep.
You had your chance.
One more thing. Dusk Bloods. That's coming out 2026. Man, that looks good by From Software. That looks really good for the Switch. So,
yeah.
Really dope. Man. So either or, man. You got anything else for the listeners out there, man? That's our show for today.
Man, I'm excited for this Switch. I'm definitely excited for the Switch. I'm excited to hear what everybody else's reaction of the Switch is. You know, whether they like it, if they're excited, if that's a day one cop, and if it is, you need to come check us out at the Discord and let us know what you think, where we continue all the conversations over there. Steadily growing community. In the meantime, wash y'all stinking asses. All right, y'all be safe.
Yo, yes, that is our show for today, man. Do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell. So until next time, y'all, peace.